welcome back. I am going to be making I'm again in my car. I'm gonna be making a video on how I got started in tarot. I'm actually really excited for this one because it's my creative side, it's my fun side. It's not the deep stuff. If you want to stay and watch, please subscribe and like, please share. I will be doing readings. I had done a small little business that I had gotten started a long time ago, and I stopped because I questioned myself, like not my abilities. I questioned my potential, and I questioned my, like, I don't know, I cared too much about what others thought at the time, so I really questioned my ability to be a good business owner and the potential to grow, which is, now looking back, I wish I don't wish I hadn't. I think it taught me to really go after the things I want, and also that I shouldn't question my gut feelings, and my gut feeling always told me that I had a gift. And that's the number one thing. If you guys are wondering, like, hey, like, how did you know that you could even do that? Girl, I didn't know. I went on a self-discovery mode in 2020. I was like super duper depressed. This guy is in front of me. Sorry. It's just kind of funny. I was super duper depressed, and I remember at the time I was super lost. I didn't know what I like. I didn't have any hobbies. I didn't really know what to tell you about myself other than my music taste. And how old was I? 24. So 5 years ago. Actually, 5 years ago. It's 2025. Hello. But I couldn't tell you anything about myself because I didn't go that deep into who I was. And it's sad because I'm actually so different now, and I wish I would have just sprouted a little sooner into what I like to do. And so it was during COVID. A lot of people discovered themselves, I would hope, during COVID. Some people actually went through the worst of the worst during COVID, and then I'm sure they came back up, as anyone naturally would, because I would hope no one got stuck there. It was a very hard time for a lot of people. But during COVID, I was depressed. I was so depressed. I was like, I don't know what to do with anything. I don't have a personality. I don't know what I even want to do in my career. I remember I really wanted to go back to school at the time, but I had no passions. And I ended up deciding on going for psychology because I really was into the mind. I'm into figuring out how people work. I like to see the psychology behind everything and having knowledge of just why people do what they do, right? So naturally, I'm a curious person. I am a Scorpio, which explains a lot, because if you know, Scorpios are very like into deep stuff. We're intellectual beings, so I like looking deeper into everything, including school, including people, everything. So one day I was like on YouTube and I came across a tarot reading, and I was like, and I never thought there was anything wrong with it, because my mom growing up, she used to go to this lady for readings, and I never questioned it. I didn't know what it was, but I just didn't question it. I genuinely, it didn't bother me. I was just like, okay, whatever. And I remember her doing these readings, and so I was like, oh, like, this looks pretty cool. I was definitely an astrology girly. So I was into discovering like what your sign is and blah blah blah, for funsies, of course. And I remember watching a reading, and it was about family, and the message connected with me so much that I started bawling my eyes out. And I didn't know this girl. I was just like, I don't know who she is, but I felt super connected to her ability to do what she was doing, and it actually brought a big epiphany moment into my life about my own family and changed my life after that. And so I said, I need a reading. I said I need a reading, and I never did go to her or anything, but I ended up finding someone that I met through YouTube, and she actually lives in Canada, and I met her, and I was just like, I like her vibe. You know, I go with people that I like their vibe. If I have a good gut feeling about someone, I trust it, right? If I don't, I don't. So I only choose people that I trust. You know, just make sure you trust the person, because it does matter. And sorry, like my scrunchie has hair on it. So I ended up trusting this reader, and she was fairly new, so I was like, why not? Her readings looked good, and I did a reading, and it completely changed my life. I did end up becoming very into those readings, and I would use them as tools to transform myself into a better version. So she gave me a lot of advice. Like, I went back to the gym, I lost a bunch of weight. She told me that was very important in my life, because I would get stuck, and to this day, I kid you not, it is 100% true, because I need to be going to the gym, and if I don't, I do get stuck in a bit of a rut, because I feel like my body isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is being physically active, and I feel like it shuts down, because that's my way of releasing stress, my endorphins going up and all this stuff. So she had a point, and she was saying how everything looked really bad right now, but it was gonna take time, but eventually I was gonna come out of it. And it took me fairly, after that reading, I want to say 9 months, when my life completely changed, and all I did was follow her guidance, because all it is guidance. She didn't say anything horrible. She kind of just said, start a business. I remember her saying, do what you want, start a hobby. I think one of the readings was about my ex. Start a business, you have so much going for you. And just like, and at the time I was like, business? I was like, okay, it must be general advice, because I could never see myself as a business owner. I could never see myself as anything. So I was like, okay, I'll take the gym advice, but like, I don't know about all that, right? And it's kind of funny, because I am gonna be a business owner. That's what it is. So I was just laughing, because I'm just like, looking back, I was so lost that she was actually telling me the things I was gonna be. Did she know that? No. But the cards don't lie, right? At least if you trust a person, they're not supposed to lie to you. They're supposed to be very transparent, and the messages, at least the readings I've done, are very, very, very transparent, and I would hope accurate. And usually if readings don't make sense in the moment, it's because that's either what you're going towards, or because the energy is really in the present moment. So whatever it is going on, energy is always changeable, right? So it all depends, because we have free will, but for the most part, they tend to be, for me at least, accurate. And so I remember hearing that reading, and in 2022 I really got into doing tarot, and I kept telling my cousin at the time, I was like, I really want to do tarot, but I don't know. And I hesitated for a whole year to buy a tarot deck. Like, I actually have oops, I dropped my book. I actually have my cards on me, because I'm going to be going live on TikTok and doing readings. But let me show you. Actually, one of my cards fell out. This is the deck she got me for the first time. Thank you, cousin. Yes, she got me these, and I never let them go. I've used them for every single reading that I've done. If you see me, you will see me use these. My other friend, She gave me these affirmation cards, and I've actually been using them in my readings, and they're crazy accurate too. I do have to invest on a new deck, but honestly, like, I believe in what works, and if it's not broken, don't fix it. Like, I just feel like these cards know me so well, and I'm just, oh wait, I do have another deck. Where did that one go? I don't know, actually. I need to go look for them, because those were actually really good cards too. I don't know why I put those aside. But anyways, in 2022, so this was 2 years after I was like Depresso Nation, I realized that was my calling. Like, this whole time I knew I had a gift. I was like, yo, I don't know what it is. I have a gift, but I just know things. I didn't know how I knew things, but I knew them. And I remember at the time I used to question myself a lot, because I was around people that made me question, or not question, they just didn't believe in me, I think. They weren't into tarot readings, which 100%, like, if you are 1000 into your religion, your beliefs, your values do not align with me, I 100% understand. But I think I just wanted to feel seen and understood regardless of what you believed in, because I feel like I do that for others. So if someone's super, super, super into their religion, I like sit there and I'm just like, like, okay, you know, like, it might not resonate with me, but just because something doesn't resonate with you does not mean you can put someone down, if that makes sense. Just, you know, agree to disagree at that point. And I did readings for a little bit, and the wind is strong today. The seagulls are literally coming down and eating the food. Oh, I don't know if you saw that, but that was one of the seagulls. But I decided to open up a little business through Instagram, and I did have a few people in there. And I remember I could not handle it because my self-esteem was so low, my insecurities were so low, that I would question it, and I just felt so good doing them. I remember just being so happy that I was able to give people advice, but I didn't trust my abilities. And what happened was I shut it down. I was like, what are people gonna think of me? Like, I don't know, this is weird. I wasn't used to seeing people do it themselves. Now that we have TikTok, there's a whole community of people that I love that are just so into that stuff, have made businesses for themselves. There are tarot readers everywhere, and I'm just like, yes, I belong to this community. Like, I belong to tarot reading, I belong to the manifestation community. This is my thing, you know? Spirituality wise, this is my thing. And I really don't understand why I ever questioned it. But I think I just was very not sure of where my life was going. So, of course, I was not sure of what to do with that. And, yeah. So, it's been 3 years, and I got into a program called Shift. I love you, Riley. She has completely just enabled me to become so confident in myself, and I just know this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to definitely be starting off doing my readings, private readings, yeah, my one-on-ones, so I'm pretty excited. So with the ability itself, I will say that's just something that happened. I can't even explain. I just know things, so I use my cards, and then I just know how to interpret them. It's a knowing. It's not something you can describe. If you get a reading, you will see I have no idea. After the reading, I'm usually confused because I'm just like, how did I do that? Like, naturally, I'm like, I know I did that because I have a gift. How did I do it? I have no idea. I have no idea. I've had many people confirm that they are 100% accurate, and I'm just so thankful because even I am just like, dang, I'm so good at what I do. But I didn't trust myself for a very long time, so I feel like I needed that validation, and now I 1000% can trust myself. I know this is what I want to do. And yeah, that's pretty much how I got into tarot. If you are curious on becoming a tarot reader, let me tell you, do not question it. If you feel inclined to some extent, not because of the money, but because you want to guide and help others, do it. Research it. Buy a small little deck. Doesn't cost a lot, and just try it out. If you feel connected, do it. If you feel like this doesn't really work out for me, then don't do it, and that's fine. I'm thankful that I have it, because I'm just like, yeah, I feel so fulfilled in my life doing this, because it's my creative side. It's the side that people are going to start seeing a lot more often, and I want to embrace that, and I want to be me. I want to be authentically myself, and if you accept it, that's great. If you don't, that's great, because either way, I'm going to be doing it for me. And yeah, I would love to see you guys in the comments if you guys have actually, done tarot reading yourselves, gotten tarot readings. What have your experiences been like? I will be also linking my Calendly at the bottom. You guys can go ahead and schedule an appointment if you feel called to. I feel like if you guys truly feel connected and like this is some sort of sign to get something, you guys can schedule, and I'm really excited. I actually have to set up the pricing though, so I also will be linking my Instagram and my TikTok, and you guys can DM me. All right, have a good one, guys.